Beast!
Ghost Beast.
Horror podcast. I'm Todd.
I'm Becca.
And we're going to watch every horror movie ever made. So recently, we watched We're All Going to the World's Fair from 2021. It's directed by Jane Schunbrunn. And this one is going to be fun to talk about because it's very open to interpretation. It feels like it's one of those movies where when you're watching it, for me the first time, because we saw this before, it felt like, oh, this movie's doing a lot. I don't really know what it is, though. Like, have you ever seen a movie that made you feel like that?
Oh, yeah. I've definitely had movies like that.
Okay. It just makes me think, like, man, I wish I was smarter so I could understand what this was doing. And that's the thing with this movie is, like, the story is kind of just about, it's about loneliness in some ways. And it's about, like, how when you're younger you can fall into these weird online communities and like rabbit holes, which I definitely went through when I was younger.
Yeah.
I can remember all the old communities on like Something Awful and stuff. That I don't know if that might have been like too early for you.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel like it sounds familiar. I'm sure I had guy friends that had talked about it like in the background
it's a
or
guy
something.
Thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, at least that's what I remember. I don't remember any of my, like, women friends
What
talking
were
about
your
that.
communities? Because I was thinking about that during the movie, and I think, like, that stuff was weird. I also remember there being a period where I got really into, like, Star Wars role-playing communities.
Okay,
that's, like,
I did not know that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that was a very long time ago.
Are you doing lightsaber dances?
It's called fighting, okay? Dances.
You know that one viral video, that's what I think of.
No, I was not doing anything like that. I just, I think a lot of my friends did stuff like that. There were like this weird little period in like the early AOL days, you know, where it was just going on dial-up into like weird random chat rooms.
Yeah, I remember the chat room, for sure.
Such a weird era. It's just funny to think like, maybe the internet is a mistake for children.
Yeah.
Like, in retrospect,
I think actually, yes, absolutely.
Because I remember how, like, I definitely got down some weird rabbit holes into these kind of communities. And that's kind of what the movie's about is, like, it's like the very edge of the algorithm, basically. You know? It's like the real weird shit that nobody sees on there.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I think it's very relatable in that way for anyone who's on, like, early internet, especially.
Yeah.
Did you have any weird communities like that you could think of?
So many. There's so many. I could name off websites. I mean, going from like LiveJournal and Tumblr.
You didn't have any like Star Wars role playing or anything?
No.
Okay.
Not exactly. But I mean, like, I feel like I'm a child who grew up on the internet because, like,
yeah,
I remember playing like Neopets when I was a kid on there, and like, you know. Yeah.
So it's like that's the thing. There is definitely a lot going on with that story. I don't know how much else I could say without getting into like spoilers, but it's just about the vibes. Like, let's be real. This is like a slow, like art house type of movie. I think more than I saw the TV Glow.
Yeah, this is definitely more like experimental.
Yeah, like I think it's funny because you can see some thematic like parallels between the two movies, of course, which that's something we're going to try to get into a little bit because this is something we're watching for Pride Month. And I think you've done some research on that.
Yes.
But I saw the TV Glow. I mean, that was a movie that just, it blew us away. Like, it really surprised both of us a lot. And it was very emotional. And that felt like they had honed this message in a way that it was like a fucking bullet.
Yeah.
That even like normie people can kind of pick up on the themes and everything. And yeah, We're All Going to the World's Fair in some ways feels almost like the rough draft that leads up to that.
Yeah, I saw the TV Glow definitely like reached out the screen into my soul. This is crazy.
But I did want to revisit this one because I think we both kind of felt the same way that we really liked it.
Yeah.
Like the vibes are so good, but we just didn't really understand everything it was doing the first time. So we were like, we gotta watch that again.
Well, I think this movie deserves to be watched like kind of over and over because there's so many different things happening metaphorically in the film that if you like go back and watch it in other lenses, it's like kind of incredible how seamlessly it's all tied together.
Yeah, completely. But it is important to note that, like, yeah, the movie, it has like a very slow pace to it. Like, it really takes its time. You have to be kind of patient going into it. But like, I just think it is a beautiful movie.
Yeah.
That just has so much interesting stuff going on with it. Like, it connected. Yeah, how do you like it the second time?
I think I liked it even more the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already want to watch it again. Just keep seeing different things, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see how you feel about certain parts of the story and stuff when we talk about spoilers. Did you pick a favorite scene?
No, I forgot we were doing that.
You were trying to do that to make it easier, but maybe on the spot it's not. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I have to think.
But yeah, so both loved it. Would definitely recommend it, but know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You know, I think the same type of people who get mad about calling I saw the TV Glow a horror movie, those are the kinds of people who probably just shouldn't watch this.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get into that. But as far as content warning goes, I mean, that is the thing, is like some of the concepts in here and the way it handles like loneliness and losing yourself, it's heavy stuff. Maybe depending on like what you're going through in your life. I mean, we could just say, I don't think this is a spoiler, but Jane Shunbrun was, from what I understand from interviews and stuff, was working through their trans journey with these movies.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really cool that they came out like during filming.
Yeah. Was it during filming this one?
Yes, from what I read.
Yeah, that's
which I think is even cooler. I think it just put a extra layer of like gold on top of it, because I was like, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, I guess I can see that, and why like I saw the TV Glow had such a clear and concise message to it at that point, you know?
Yeah, these definitely share a universe.
Yeah, I could see that totally. Very cool. Very interested in anything that they make now.
Yes.
Like, definitely won us both over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was happy to go back to this. I think at some point we're going to have to watch I Saw the TV Glow again, but that's the thing. Like, I think we have to be prepared for that.
Yeah. It just gets me, I get so emotional.
That's what I mean, like.
But it's good. I'm glad it can do that. It's just, it is emotional. Heavy. Yeah.
That's what I was getting at with the content warning, and like depending on where you are in your life and everything, like you just gotta be ready for something that's gonna be kind of, it's kind of heavy. Like if it connects with you, it's heavy. But that's all I got. Do you want to get to spoilers? Okay. Oh, I pointed out, remember when I found that weird like lonely people AI community?
God. Yeah.
That's scary, because I think like I'm not as deep into the internet communities as I was when I was younger. Like I'm totally just normie on Reddit at this point. But I had a peek at like what some of these weird sub communities are like, and it was some community about people who were just like cripplingly lonely and had started turning to AI to like fill the gap, and it was haunting.
Yeah. Very sad.
Yes. Like it's scary to know that it's almost like this cyberpunk dystopian horrible version of things. I'm glad that's still going on.
So glad we have AI now.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Whoops. I was like, oh yeah, I want to mention this thing. Bum everybody the fuck out. Yeah. But it's just to say, like, yeah, these weird rabbit holes still exist.
Oh, yeah.
That was that seemed to be the whole thing with the story here, was that Casey, is that her name? She seems like this very lonely kid who finds this like what do you call it? Like this online challenge called We're All Going to the World's Fair.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, it seems like everyone who goes through it starts making videos about like dealing with transformation.
Yeah.
So what kind of research did you find about?
There were a couple things that I saw Shunbrun talking about in different interviews.
Yeah.
And a lot of what I first ran into was about gender dysphoria, which makes sense. I think I was kind of waiting for this to talk about the scene because it kind of ties into that.
Which scene?
So there's a scene where Casey's falling asleep on the couch with the projector and everything.
Oh, the ASMR video?
Not that. That's not my favorite part. It's more the concept
is this your favorite part of the movie?
Yeah, is where videos start playing on the projector, but then they start playing on like your screen.
Hold on.
So what?
For my favorite scene, I literally wrote down, loved when it just turned into autoplay on YouTube.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because I love...
That was cool.
Yeah, because it puts you inside the story, and it's weird. Like you're like, okay, where am I right now? Am I watching it as Casey? Is it trying to show it to me? Like, and you're feeling this not uneasiness in an uncomfortable way, but like in a curious way.
It is kind of like this disassociation.
Yeah, and disassociation is definitely what I saw come up in some of those interviews. Is that we kind of dissociate into the internet too, which is really interesting, and like our relationship with the internet, but also like our relationship to finding ourselves, and how society puts us in weird boxes, and it's hard to grow when you're being limited by what's being shown to you or taught to you.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really interesting.
It was cool, and it's interesting that like so many of those little like YouTube shorts that she's finding and shit are people that are talking about transformation, and that seems to be the entire theme of what happens during this challenge, I guess. But what's interesting is it seems to go in a way that's like it's hard to tell what is real and what isn't, which I guess is the point. You know?
Yeah, I think it is kind of one of the central themes. I think so.
Yeah, because she meets this other guy in the World's Fair community, which just makes me think of the times that I would role play with people and like I don't know what's on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, I used to have friends on the internet that I still don't know who they really are.
Yeah, that's weird. Why are kids on the internet? Why?
I really can think back to like all these like internet friends, and it's like I don't talk to almost any of those people anymore. I was a kid.
Oh, such a weird thing.
So weird.
But anyway, God, what was I saying? Oh, so she's contacted by this guy who winds up being this older man, and their relationship is so strange.
Yes.
And that's like the center of the movie, and I wonder if there's really something there about, because basically what kind of happens is it starts out as she's making these weird videos that are supposed to be like her experiences now after taking this challenge, and he's kind of rooting her on. So it seems like this thing where she's basically creating like creepypasta videos, and he's like saying that was fucking awesome, like keep doing them. But it makes you wonder like how much of this is her just making these creepy videos and how much of it is real, if any of it's real.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the end comes in with him seeming to like actually be worried about her, because she's like showing her dad's gun and shit. Yeah. And some of the things she's saying is like, oh. But when he confronts her about that, she like freaks out. And that to me, it's like there's so many ways to read it.
Oh, yeah. It goes a lot of different ways.
Like, how did you read that, you think?
I think the first time I kind of read it as this obvious like predator on the other line.
It's hard not to see it that way.
Yeah. But then the second time, it kind of felt like almost like he was trying to protect her or warn her about something. So I'm not sure. And I think it's supposed to be like that too. I think you're not really supposed to know. Because I mean, if you think about it, like we were just talking about, sometimes you never know. You never find out who that person was. Yeah. They are just a mystery.
That's something that plays in the ending too. Because I think this time what really stood out to me was how much, like, when you first see this guy, it's like, oh, fuck. Like, when you see this is old dude.
Drawing of a Grim Reaper. Yeah.
And just when you see him and see this, like, this old guy. It's like, oh, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. But now it's like, you can really see him being this this basically older version of her that's just completely empty and lonely. And they really, I noticed this time, like, how his house is fucking massive.
Yeah.
So there's these long shots of him walking through and it's just all empty and lonely.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you only see another person once, like way off in the background. You remember that?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell. Was that like his mom, his wife? Like,
I don't know technically if it even matters. I think it's just
exactly.
It's just supposed to, I think, represent like the space that they occupy, like as themselves. Yes. And I think in contrast to that, how Casey is up in the attic, and if you think of an attic, it's like small. There's not a lot of room. Things that go in there usually like they don't have a place downstairs. They're just kind of like discarded upstairs.
Totally.
If I feel like I'm like going way too into it, but I think that it's interesting.
No, that's what's fun about movies like this. You know, it's fun to talk about how it made you feel watching it, you know. Yeah. And that was the thing is like his worry for her, it felt like it came from a place where he almost saw himself in her when he was younger. So I think it felt more like that was the dynamic, you know. And it makes it extra sad when she just lashes out at him. And he has to, like, a year later, I mean, that's the big ending. Yeah. He is writing this story about, like, meeting up with her again in New York. And, oh, she apologized. It's all perfect. And it's immediately just like, oh, shit. This guy has been thinking about this for a year. Yeah. Like, it's a very... It's funny because it's such an upbeat, happy story. But, like, it's so sad. At least that was like my interpretation of it. Yeah. I feel like I like thinking about the concept of it being super ambiguous. Like I don't need the story to actually like plant in one direction. Like I'm okay with it kind of being multiple things at once, I guess. Yeah. That is way more optimistic. It's nice. But that's why like these movies, they kind of can be devastating. Yeah. Depending on maybe how you read some things. Yeah. Like I always point out with every movie, this movie has exceptional use of color. Oh, yes. As usual. But I mean, like, that's another thing obvious. Where it's like they're starting to play with that. And then by the time they get to I Saw the TV Glow, it's like so good. Masterpiece. Yeah. Yeah, because this does get weird visually. I think the part with the like glow in the dark face paint is the one that you see all the time. Yeah, that looked super cool. Oh, I did want to talk about the, you know, the New Year's scene? Mm-hmm. When they go to like that New Year celebration. Wait, what? It's one of the videos they make. Oh, okay. Yeah, that Casey makes. That was a scene that like stood out to me in the movie because it's just interesting the way they're walking up on a New Year's celebration and like everyone has their back turned to them and it still manages to be incredibly lonely. Yeah. And one of the like few things that I read about this is that Jane Shunbrun. Is it Shunbrun? Shunbrun. Jane Shunbrun filmed this when they were like on vacation or something, and they had to like time it perfectly. You know, like they had to rehearse because this was the actual New Year's. It wasn't like actors. Oh, shit. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay. I guess I should have led with that. Yeah. That's incredible. So they had to like rehearse the path to get there like just in time. And then they captured the essence of that idea in the moment. It was so perfect. Yeah. It was very like incredible, impressive scene, especially knowing that now. I thought that was really incredible. Cool. And especially because they also mentioned in an interview that like when they looked around, they saw other like young people filming it in the exact same way. And I think that's what made them go like, oh shit, I'm on to something. That's crazy. Yeah, it's so real. And that's that is the part of it that like I don't know how you could miss that. It's like very, very clear. Yeah. But it's a very cool movie. It is a very cool movie. Did you have anything else? So one thing I do want to mention, I found this very interesting when I was reading one of the interviews, that Schönbrunn said this could represent the horrors of being a non-binary person experiencing puberty, which I thought was incredibly like, it just, again, there's just like another layer onto it. And I think but the thing is as soon as I read that, it just clicked immediately. And I think that's so cool to be able to express that in a movie. I think it's so interesting. I think that is just it. And that's the thing we said about I Saw the TV Glow. It's just the way to deliver this idea that is so accessible to like everyone. Like everyone can relate to this.
Yeah.
And using that to frame like these deeper personal experiences they went through. That's cool.
Yeah.
Really comes across.
Yeah.
But you can go ghostbeast.com for all our links. You could also search for Ghost Beast Pod and follow Ghost Beast on Letterboxd, where we rank everything we cover.
And follow us on Letterboxd, where we rank everything.
Okay. All right.
What's funny is I started it serious and then it just got silly.
It got real sassy. Yep.
I'm sorry.
It just got real sarcastic.
Is this the only movie we're doing?
We could do Sleepwalkers, but
I think that could be easy.
Okay.
I don't think I really liked the movie, honestly.
Ooh, I got a nice spot.
Okay.
How about above the Vortilac and below Sinners?
Yeah.
Puts it number 16 on our list. This part feels pretty good. Doesn't feel that cursed. Follow us on YouTube and TikTok. And
like and subscribe. No.
Bye.
No.